this happened like mad months ago at this point, but it's still mad funny and random. So for all the Hornets fans out there, salute to the Hornets. But they made a boom boom. Charlotte Hornets apologizes for giving a child a PS5 and taking it away off camera. Jeez. So to all you unlocks, who's Jason Lee? The Charlotte Hornets apologized to fans after backlash over a young fan who thought he was getting or receiving a PlayStation 5, only to have the consoles taken away moments later when the camera stopped rolling. The moment occurred during their game against the Philadelphia 76ers. On Monday, during the second quarter break at the Spectrum Center, the team's mascot, Hugo, dressed as Santa Claus. Oh, yeah, it was like holiday season. Damn. Brought a child onto the court while a letter to Santa with a letter? With a letter? Requesting a PlayStation 5 read aloud while a cheerleader presented a bag believed to contain the console. Yahoo Sports reported, however, once the moment concluded, the Hornet staff member reportedly replaced the PS5 with a jersey. At least got something. Leaving the child visibly upset. The child's uncle was reportedly aware of the switch, but the others involved in the skit, including the child, the whole little child didn't know, were confused by the move. The move sparked backlash on social media as many criticized the NBA organization for pretending it couldn't let go of a $500 console. PS5 is $500 now? Still kind of a buck. In response, the Hornets issued an apology during last night's game. There was an encore skit that missed the mark. Why did they do this as a skit? What's the point of that?
The kid is not in on the skit. It's not a skit. Like, that's messed up. It's a prank. Like,
Yeah, what is the
prank,
point,
bro?
What is the point of this? Oh my god, the skit included bad decisions making and poor communication. Simply put, we turned the ball over, like NBA reference, and we apologize. Statement can continue to say the child would be gifted a PS5 and a VIP experience with the family. So in the end, the child did get what they want. And even though I just read that, let's also hear what the little news station had to say about it.
Week away, but the Charlotte Hornets are taking heat tonight on social media for appearing more like Scrooge than Santa. Queen City News anchor Julian Sador explains how they almost left a young fan feeling like he got a lump of coal in his stocking.
Hugo has been receiving some letters from some really cool Buzz City kids.
What seemed to be a chance to spread holiday cheer ended up earning the Hornets a bunch of Grinch-like jeers on social media because the gifts that Santa Hugo was handing out weren't for the young fans to actually keep.
I was like texting with a few friends of mine. I texted them the video. They were like, "Oh, Jack got a PlayStation 5. That's awesome." I had to kind of explain to them that actually, no, they took it back.
Video of the encounter went viral on social media Tuesday, with the poster Adam Turner explaining the old bait and switch. So Queen City News reached out, getting in touch with season ticket holder Alexi Phillips, who had taken his 13-year-old nephew Jack to the game against the Sixers.
You know, someone from their fan team kind of reached out to us, said, "Hey, do you guys want to be on the court with Hugo?" And we said, sure.
As Philip explains, they weren't given any other information until right before they went out onto the court. Someone from the Hornets whispered to him and another parent.
They just said they're not going to keep what they get. However, they'll get a jersey afterwards.
Phillips says he still didn't quite understand what was going on, and no one had explained to Jack that he wouldn't get to keep his gift. Then once the cameras cut off, that's when the confusion really set in.
And it's funny, at this point, everybody thinks that Jack is getting the PS5, including like the other all the dancers, all the cheerleaders, everybody basically starts congratulating him.
At that point, we're told the guy who originally had asked Phillips if they had wanted to go on the court found them and came to swap a jersey for the PlayStation 5.
It got pretty awkward because eventually he had to make it clear that he wasn't joking.
The good news is, just like the Grinch who stole Christmas, this story has a happy ending. The Hornets released a statement to Queen City News reading in part, simply put, they turned the ball over and that they'd be providing Jack with the PS5 he should have taken home and a VIP experience at a future game. As for Phillips, he says the Hornets reached out to him and Jack's parents and are good in his book after owning up to what they did. He just thinks they're could have been much less sting from the Hornets had they not had Santa Hugo in on the old switcheroo.
The funny thing is, if he had just gone out in the first place and they just gave him a jersey out there on the court, he would have been stoked.
Julian Sador, Queen City News.
Wow. And there you have it. After watching this again, it's been like a couple of weeks. I mean, we're all consensus here. Like, the only reason they gave them the PS5 is because they got the backlash, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
That's crazy. So there you have it. The young boy got the bait and switch, but through the backlash, they actually did end up getting what they want. And that's nothing to really too deep dive too, like in depth about. I guess just real quick, what's y'all take on this? Do you think it's worth the outrage? Do you think do you think it makes sense that they can't the NBA organization, especially one like the Hornets, can't just be giving out PS5s, and that it was an acceptable skit, if you will, or you think they're dead wrong and they deserved the backlash? What do you think, Ace?
I deserve the backlash. It's absolutely asinine to me. Like, I don't know why they did it.
It was a skit.
Messed up. No, that doesn't even make sense. Like, why? Why did you do the skit? You're not giving the things out. So what is
I'm not behind the marketing team.
You're just dumb, man. At best, it's like a waste of time. It's still like the kid. Just imagine being the kid's shoes back in the day. Like, you think you're getting a new console, PS5. Even for me, if I thought I was getting a Game Boy back in the day and they took that away, I would have been so pissed and disappointed, and like, it's just messed up. So I don't see how you justify this. It's just dumb.
I mean, you can't give out PS5s to every kid that requests one.
You had one kid. There's one kid on the court. Like,
Yeah, but
it's
if
the
you
kid you gave it to. Like, it's not just every kid. It's the kid you gave it to. You have to give it to. Like,
yeah, but then doesn't that send a message that they have the ability to give PS5s to anybody?
yeah, they do have the ability to give it out at in these one-time things where they do a giveaway. Like, when you do a giveaway, yes, you're supposed to give something away.
Literal
Yes, that's the
in-game
message
giveaway.
you're sending. That's the message.
Damn. Yeah, there's not a lot of defense, a lot of puns in this topic that can be provided to this particular situation. What about you, Ghost? They're dead wrong, or you see a world in which it makes sense they did take back the little boy's PS5?
Come on. we know the answer. I do think that, I mean, obviously they are in the wrong, but I think it's very funny that the way a lot of these promotions and stuff work is that they'll contract out to whoever wants to run the sponsored little intermission segment, and then that company usually has to front the cost of whatever item they're giving away, if it's a PS5 in this case, or if it's like the halftime or the half court shots, so giving away money for that. So these companies will do like almost anything to avoid having to pay out, similar to like insurance, where there's been a whole lot of instances in the past. Like, I think the funniest one was they have like a full court golf thing where there's like, you have to putt a golf ball
Oh
and
yeah.
you do it full court. And I think this was an Asian basketball league, but it was still, the guy putted it all the way, and then a player came off the bench to kind of like help him like guide it into the hole, and they're trying to put the ball in the hole, and it's not fitting because they literally made the hole too small for the ball to
Jeez.
go through. So that just like kind of a microcosm of some of the little scams they pull, and this doesn't surprise me, and it's obviously not justifiable, but I just think it's funny that their blatant just cheapness is being exposed. So yeah, no justification. It's probably gonna happen again, and if there was no cameras, then that kid would not have gotten his PS5.
Damn. Would it have made it better if they told the kid that, hey, we're just this is just a prank. You're not actually getting the console.
Oh, man. Again,
I,
if I was in the kid's situation and they had just said you get a jersey, I'll be straight. I'll be cool. But the second you say you're gonna get it and then you take it away, oh, it's just a prank, bro. Nah.
Who's Jersey?
yeah,
Who's even on the Hornets?
Damn. Probably I would say a LaMelo Ball jersey, but knowing how cheap they are, they might have gone with a fucking Musa Diabate jersey or something.
Jesus. Sorry, saying something nice?
no, I was gonna say like I mean, to me, I do think it would have been better in a way. Like if it was all actors doing this thing, then
Even the kid? The kid
yeah,
actor?
including the kid. Yes, exactly, including the kid. If it's all actors, then whatever. I guess it still makes absolutely no sense to me as a skit though, because to me, if you do something like this, you're showing the audience that there are these opportunities at halftime or whatever where you might be able to win something. So I mean, I guess the motivation then would be to put more people in the seats and let them think they can win something, which again, like it just it's sleazy, but it's not as bad as deceiving the person on the actual receiving end of the gift. Um, so yeah, it still makes them look bad either way.
Well, hey man. Yeah, some people say all press is good press, so maybe this sparked some level of interest in the Hornets. I wouldn't believe that. But salute to the young kid. They did end up getting their PS5, so that's a W and a VIP experience, which most people don't ever get to experience. So, hey man, just a little backlash. But like I said, nothing too in depth to really cover here. If there's nothing else, we can go on to the next topic.